Okay. Not any more of that. Ready to Remind me, I'm just randomly throwing fabric over here that I need. I'm missing a piece of my pattern. Moderation helps. What? Give me some weird moderation thing. I ain't worried about moderation right now. Okay. Moderation. I don't care. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. We got our fabric here for this. This is an extra piece of fabric that I don't need. I gotta make a logo for this. I'm gonna put that off to the side for now. Here's one of our leather kick pad plates. Should work fine. There's that. Here's our base material. Here's some glue. Here's our foam padding. Yeah, make sure they're the right sizes and the same sizes. Yep, those look good. Alright, so what else do we need? Let's see. Make sure I got everything here. I wonder if I can turn this way instead. What? What are you doing? Talking to myself. Let's see. Can I turn this way? Orientation is locked. Rotate device back. What? I don't want it locked. Can I not go live with it in landscape mode? I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to do it that way. I don't know. I haven't gone live on here in a minute, so welcome to live chat. No, I'm on the phone.
Your phone?
Yeah. No, I'm on the phone. There we go. Hi. Hi. Okay, I think it'll work. Excuse me while I slide around back here. I got random music playing in the background, so I turn it down so I don't get hit with a copyright violation of some kind. I don't want that to happen. You think the medium weight spandex will be good enough for that? Or should I use the football spandex? Because I'm going to layer it with that.
The medium's fine if you layer it.
I'm going to layer it. I don't want them stupid fit. I want it to have a little stretch to it. So I want to say the medium should be good. I think the medium. We're going to need that. What? Like a black. We're making some kick pads, some wrestling kick pads. So here's how we're going to do this. We got our padding. We got our face plate. This is going to be the face plate to go over it. That's all cut out already. I do need to put little ridge lines in this. That's not too difficult. And then we got our liner material that we're going to use and our base material, which this base material is a plaid that matches these. We're going to make a logo to put on these too, so it should be kind of cool. I've made stuff for this guy before. This is just another set, same cut and everything, just a different plaid material. So it should be pretty cool though. I think that camera's alright. I need to move that camera more forward. Let's move this up so you can see a little better, maybe. And even hear a little better. Because I don't have a microphone on either, so. Yeah. There we go. There we go. There's some comments popping up, but I didn't know. I didn't see. So, let's look at that. Then we got our pattern. So this is the pattern for my sock. Which, this should work. This is for a 15-inch, roughly, which is what his calf is. So, it should be good. 7.5. Yeah. By the time we put this on there and stitch it and everything else, it should be good. Plus, we're going to line it, so it should be nice and snug. I might seam it a little tighter since he's got smaller legs, but it should be good. We got to make sure this material stretches the right way too, because it stretches decent one way, but way better the other way. So we got to make sure we cut our sock this way. So that's going to be the fun part there. So this is how I'm going to do this. I'm going to cut 2 socks. Normally I would do it the other way around. I'm going to cut 2 socks out of my base liner here. And then once we put this together on that, it should be thick enough and look good and be comfortable. He likes his stuff light, so I don't want to make it super heavy. The other material I got, the football spandex, is heavy, so I don't want to use that for his. And this should be good. Let's see here. Let's cut this. What the hell are you doing over there? What the hell are you doing over there?
I'm in the top 10 right now.
Oh, okay. She's finally like broke out her what is that? Is that a switch?
Yeah.
Her switch that she hasn't played in forever, and she was actually going to sell it, and I was like, babe, don't sell that. You hardly ever play it. You need to get it out and play it sometimes, because she works quite a bit. And she even asked me tonight, she's like, do you want me to help you in the shop or what? I was like, I want you to sit down and play your Switch and relax for a bit. So, she's having a good old time over there. Here's how we're going to do this. I got my weights. I really need to put a new blade on this cutter. I really need to put a new blade on this thing. So let's do that too. Let's change our blade. A couple thumbs ups already. Look at that. 3 likes in the chat. Oh, what the hell is that? Dog up there going crazy. Wait, are those 3 likes you? Let's see here. Let's see what I did with my blades. Stuff all the time. So, I need to change this blade out and not cut my fingers off. It was starting to jump a bit, so that was sharp. Put a new blade on here. There we go. Like butter. I gotta cut a bunch of stuff out anyway, so it's better just to go ahead and change out my blade now. There we go. Like butter. There's our first sock. Bam. And I'll put it on this plaid material, and that'll thicken it up enough to where it should be good. I'll just cut this off. I'll cut that broken scrap in. I'm going to sit down at some point and make a whole bunch of pairs of these to put up for sale too. I made 3 pair, 2-3 pair a couple weeks ago, and they sold pretty quick. But I'll probably get on here live and make some. Huh? I want to make some out of I want to do some straight black gear like this, but I want to make some out of that holographic material too. It's the final brain cell.
Okay, if I kill this guy, I win.
Okay. Sounds violent. Such violence. Good. We got our other sock. What? Okay, so we don't need that. I gotta make. I'm gonna cut this because I want to use this because I need to. I have to trim the bottom of these in black. So I'm gonna take this piece of scrap here and use it for that. Maybe. I don't know. I need about a, I don't know, 12-inch piece or so. That's sort of just. Let's see what I got here. Oh. I don't need that. 2 inches. What should I got here? I'd rather have too much than not enough. So we'll go about 20 inches. I'm not going to need nowhere near that, I don't think, but so I'd rather have too much than not enough. This will go around the toe of our kick pad there. Little trick I picked up from one of the guys. I go. Blue on this stuff. Where it go? Where are you going now? What are you watching now? Huh? There you go. 2 of those. Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. Dang it. Alright, so we got that. Got that cut. 4 likes up in the chat. Sweet. Like I said, this will go around the toe. So we'll put that off to the side. Don't really need this now. Now, here's the fun part. Don't really need this either. So I can put my pattern off to the side. Now, I have to make sure I lay this the right way for when I cut this out because it has to stretch a certain way. Otherwise, I'm going to screw this up. So, there we go. Okay. See how it stretches this way more than this way? I want my sock to stretch around the leg, so I want to make sure I put it this way. It might waste a little material doing it that way, but if I don't put it that way, it's not gonna, it'll still fit okay, but it won't fit as good. It won't have as much give to it, if that makes sense. So this stuff is super light, holy crap. I might be able to lay both of them down. We'll see. These socks are pretty good size. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to, I was thinking maybe I could do one way and one the other, but nope. If I was doing them this way, I could do that, but like I said, there's not much stretch this way, and I don't like that. So I want to give it as much give as possible. So I guess I'm going to be wasting a little bit of this material, but that's all right. That's okay. That's all right. That's okay. We're using, adhesive-wise, we're using this Super 77. I like this stuff. And just as a heads up, you do not need a lot of this stuff. It is sticky. Just a dab of you. Probably should have did the smaller part or bigger part first. First of all, what are you watching? Watching some violent stuff over there. I don't know what's going on. Now cut this. You can cut this with your scissors or a rotary cutter. I use a rotary cutter. And sometimes it depends on kind of mood I'm in too. Yeah, this is just the way I like to do this. So there's a bunch of ways to do this stuff, but this is what works for me, man. I got. Alright, there we go. So now we got our sock here. Plaid sock. So the way this is going to look, it should look pretty cool. This stuff's pretty simple. So this will go around the leg and foot. And then, where did I put that? There we go. The padding will go under. As you can see, the padding will go right here. This will go over top of it, down. It'll be down here, further here. So, and then that black will go around the toe. So what we're gonna wind up with is this, like that. Yeah. And then we'll stitch around all this and seal it up and blah blah blah. So we gotta line the other one. This should be plenty thick enough for a set of kick pads. A lot of times I'll do them in football spandex, which is heavier. But like I said, he likes his stuff light. And by the time we put all this together, it should be pretty solid. I do some of mine this way because I don't like using my heavy duty materials for my stuff because I'm cheap. So I don't want to I don't want to waste my heavy duty materials on my gear. I prefer to save that for customers. And Jackie's good people, so. Oh, Jackie Than! Plan Jackie Than, baby. Okay, so. Let's pull this down here and do our other one. And we're just going to do the same thing. This is a light material, so one of the keys is really like making sure it's flat and not going anywhere. And making sure you double check your stretch and everything else. So. Boom! I'm going to do this one this way and do the bigger part first. I should have did that the last one. It's just easier to spray that way. So when I do this, and I do it the same way when we do trunks or tights or whatever lining it, I lay it out and then I take and fold part of it up. Sometimes I'll put a weight on it so the overspray doesn't blow it up, but like that. But light dusting. I am bad for getting adhesive on my cutting mat, and Carissa yells at me about it.
I do not care.
she advises me against it in a stern fashion.
Trying to do it myself earlier. Yeah.
Which, I mean, it can be a pain to get adhesive on the mat like that.
It gets on everything else.
It gets on everything, yeah. I do. I get this stuff everywhere. Which evidently is kind of a common thing, because looking at other people's shops and where they make gear, they do too. Yeah, so. She said, I will not accept your excuses. Stop making a mess. She did get mad at me. It's funny, she got irritated with me, but it was on my stuff. I left my wrestling gear bag over here, and I got overspray all over my gear bag. And she's like, your gear bag has glue all over it. I was like, I'm sorry. She goes, well, it's going to be all sticky when you go to the show. I'm like, I don't care. She's like, I do. And it dried up, and it was fine, but it was pretty funny, though. Because I'm like, it's my gear bag, but she's mad about it. But in her defense, she does also take it out to the car sometimes for me. And pack it up.
Eye solution? For your contacts?
I thought there was 2 in there. Did you wash it? Did I leave it in something?
You have another bottle?
Probably. I don't know why. There's another one. It's like clear eye stuff or something. It's a clear one. Why? Did it get washed?
Stuff like that.
Okay. I probably left it in the pocket. It's probably my fault. Oh, I bet it was in the Friday gear. Because I think I had it in the Friday stuff. And forgot to take it out. When we were shooting those vignettes. Wash my eyeglass solution, or eye contact solution. Oh well, it happens. I don't care. Cool.
I don't be checking pockets. I just wash.
I should have checked it. Like I said, I think it was in the with seeing what bottle it was. I think it was in the brown Friday gear. It was probably in that jacket pocket. Because I know I wore them then, and that's when I had that bottle. So. I don't think about checking my pockets too often on my stuff because it's wrestling gear, and most of it doesn't have pockets. So it's like, yeah, whatever. Ah. Alright, so we got that sock. Suck it to me. Make sure it's even. It looks even. Alright, cool. So here's our other sock. Bam. So now I got 2 socks. 2 socks. Now what I should do realistically man, is put the trim around the toe first on this. So I really should do that over at the sewing machine. That way, when it's easier to line up the padding and stuff. That's what I should probably do. But, I don't know, we'll see. And then like with this, I need to... I don't know if I want to do it... There's a couple ways I like to do this, so I'm on the fence how I want to do this one. I don't need this. This can get put back up. There's a couple ways you can do these. And both ways are... One way is not necessarily easier than the other. But I tried it this one particular way that a buddy of mine showed me, and I did like it. So I'm half tempted to do it the other way that he showed me. This padding here, I can sew straight through. I don't really need to cut grooves in it, but a lot of times I would cut grooves right through here to give me a marking line. I don't really need to do that with this padding because it will sew right through this. So I'm not going to mess with that and do that. But I think I am going to. You can realistically stick your padding to this and then spray this and stick it to the sock. And that works great too. Or you can stick your padding to this, put a backing to it, stitch around it, and then put that on the sock. Both work fine. So, I think I am going to do it that way. It does involve some extra cutting, but it did save me stitching through some material and stuff too, doing it that way. Now I have on my pattern, I have little outline marks for where my padding is going to go and to line it up with, and this usually works pretty good. One good thing with putting it like this and then sandwiching it between something else though is it's easier to trim out. So I do kind of like that. I'll show you what I'm talking about with the marks on here. Show you this one. Yeah. There we go. So now that's on there. So one way you can do this too is you can make this square or like a rectangle, put your padding down, sandwich it between something else and glue it all down, and then when you stitch around this, space your needle out, say 1/2 inch, whatever, stitch around it again, and then it gives you a cut line. You can do it that way too. I've just done it this way. What the hell is that?
It's the Halloween graphic art.
That's pretty good. Battle Royale!
It's one of the TCG.
Now, what do I want to use for a backing for this though? So that's the other question. If I have a thin leather or not that I could use. I could use this thin leather. I usually just like to use a cotton or something. What I got? I gotta use something that's not gonna. I could just use the black spandex. Because this leather here doesn't really stretch, so I could just put it to a black spandex. Oh, we got the strap down here. What do we got in the strap down? Oh, this would work good actually, because this doesn't have a lot of stretch to it. It's a leopard print, yeah, but yeah, it ain't gonna see it. So we'll use that because this is a good weight material. Won't stretch. There we go. So we're going to use this and sandwich it between this. And then once we stitch it, we can cut it. Yeah. I like that. That'll work. Yeah. Wait a minute. 10 toes in it. What? What is this? Why is this like this? What the heck?
Oh, remember when I cut the pants? And
Oh, these are those pants that we cut weird.
I couldn't do
I'm going to say we because I was supposed to be watching her too. I had her cut this. And so this material doesn't stretch good this way. Stretches good this way. So the stretch you want to go across the body. And she cut it wrong. So she started to put it together. And I was like, we'll do something else with it. So I'm just going to use it for backing for this.
Really?
Yeah. So we don't waste anything. We try not to waste anything. I probably waste more stuff than she does, to be perfectly honest. What?
Oh shit.
Did you say facts?
Oh
thanks.
shit. Oh shit.
Hang on, why did you cuss like that? What's wrong with you? My God, King. Sorry. Please don't die. Please don't die.
Landing in a house, not knowing there was somebody else there.
I mean, you're standing right there and you know what I'm doing.
I know, but I just wanted to be close to you.
I just took her out with spray adhesive.
Oh, no.
There you go. Yeah, so we'll do that this way. Use this extra material here. What? You're not gonna make it. She's gonna make it. Get rid of this extra crap that I don't need on here.
Leave it alone.
What was that? She's playing Fortnite.
I died.
Okay, my bad. I might have did it, but still, my bad. My bad, G.
So you've done this before, or is this the new method?
I have done this before, yeah. When I had my industrial machine, I did them kind of like this. John got an industrial machine, that's son of a bitch.
Where'd you get it
Marketplace. So we sandwiched this on here. It's black on black, I don't know if you can see it, but the leather. So we'll stitch around the edges of this and then trim that excess off. And then I will go ahead and, honestly with it glued, I might not even stitch it until I put it on the sock and then just stitch it down like that. But I am going to go ahead and stitch my cross things here, my cross ribs. I will stitch those down. Because once this glue dries, it ain't coming off. So, I mean, you could glue it down, let it sit for a minute, and then trim this, and it'll be fine.
This is different compared to TikTok.
What, YouTube? Yeah, it is very. I mean, I actually like YouTube's live setup. I wish you could do it in horizontal, but... So, okay, so we got that one. And then once we lay this on here, we'll have that, and that'll look really cool. So, realistically, we probably could have still finished these tights, but they would have just had very limited stretch that one direction. And I didn't like that. Because then it makes it harder to find it as a fit for somebody. Go.
Yeah, this guy's ironing.
What? Ironing.
Ironing.
Oh, I thought you said he was ironing. I was like, I mean, there is some weird stuff before that. Ha! You can do these. That's what they're for. You could probably honestly come up with your own way of doing them and be like, yeah, look at me, I'm in my own way. Like when Tyler does his, he doesn't stitch anything down until he glues everything together. And then he stitches everything. I do mine kind of different process. It still works fine. And it could be a little more even on that side. I'll probably trim that out. Because this material stretches a bit, so I'll probably trim that out some. Right.
How are you supposed to interact with people if you can't see what they're saying?
Oh, it pops up when they say something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't pay attention like that, so.
This is true, I don't.
So does this show you your stuff?
I don't know. Click on it and see. Push it. Aha! Top chat, live chat, done. Oh, okay. Live chat. Click on live chat. Oh, there we go. What?
When does karaoke start?
When does karaoke start?
Oh,
it went away. I don't know.
why does it not stay up? That's not fun.
Live chat. We're making kick pads. I ain't trying to make nothing. We are making it. Sounds good. Making kick pads.
Wrestling.
Wrestling stuff. We got an order to finish.
You got this stuff all over the floor.
What stuff? I'm not a basketball player. I just
It's closer than a basketball.
Wow. You're about to die on your Fortnite and you're talking smack about me.
It ain't even started.
Okay, I gotta move this over to the sewing machine now. So, all right, got that, got that. I want to do the kick pads. I'll do the logo after I do the kick pads.
And away we go.
Oh, I was just gonna put it on the other.
Yeah, but this is taller to give you a better overview.
That's true. Hey, we can try it that way and see. Got point.
I know.
Valid.
And it's already clipped on there.
So I'm not over. I'll tell you.
Oh, the floor isn't even. My goodness.
House is uneven. What are you talking about?
I know, it's crooked. So are the people that live in it.
We're not crooked. Well, depends on what kind of crooked you're talking about. Meet me halfway. Watch your toes. Well, run over.
See?
That'll work. I guess that'll work. Yeah, there we go. A little tilt right there. Yeah, that'll work. Alrighty then.
Oh, I forgot to jump.
You forgot what?
I forgot to jump.
You forgot the jump. They said the daddy and Mac will make it. Jump, jump, jump. Oh, on your Fortum Nitum?
Yeah, when it spawns you in, you ride a bus across the map, so it allows you to jump where you want to.
Okay.
I forgot to jump because I was helping you.
Actually, you know what? I don't want this on yet. I want to do this toe first.
They need to make a rack for that,
Toe, a rack for what?
for the table.
A rack for the toe.
Yeah,
Oh, it's not really.
for the sewing table, so
Yeah.
then it's not always on the floor.
Well, I mean, that's just, they might, I don't know. That's just where I stick mine, right? That's just where could be just a knee thing, I don't know. Ah, there's adhesive on this. This might be weird. Got a little adhesive on that, so it might be a little weird. Okay, proper. Start on this side right now. So I'm doing a little wrap on this, trim on the toe of this, which serves two purposes. One, it hems it and makes it look nice. And two, let's see, I want this on 5. It hems it up, makes it look nice, and on the toe of this, it'll curve it around so it curves around the toe a bit. And so, aesthetically, it looks better and it helps with the function a bit. And I'm just using this little quick trim technique, tip, hack, whatever you want to call it, that I got taught by one of the dudes in my little sewing circle there. Yeah, I got a sewing circle.
Oh,
Don't judge me. Judge my
I think
life.
it's cute that you called it that.
Judge my life.
Sewing circle.
I mean, that's what it is.
It's sweet.
Sew and click. We ride.
Golden girls.
But I son of a bitch.
You tell me not to cuss.
It was a sad day when we lost Betty White.
I didn't think she was ever gonna die.
Little candle for them. Thank you for being a friend. How old was Betty White when she died? She was like
She was almost 100.
almost
She was-
100?
Yeah.
Like 99 or something?
Mm-hmm. That's what I said. I didn't expect her to die.
Oh,
Hello, Freeman.
Betty White. Betty White was a gangster.
Thank you.
I think I've been that long enough. I don't know. Yeah. So we got that, and then we fold it over. There we go. So we got that, and then we fold it over. So we got it like this, right? But then we fold it over and top stitch it so it looks like that. So makes it look nice. Oh, that's nice. I'm going to do the other one though, right quick. That way I don't have to change my settings back and forth too much. Because the settings are different for top stitching versus putting this on. At least on when I do them, it is. Other people might not do it, but when I do it. And I didn't put my table back on for this because I like the way it kind of hangs and curves. Makes it a little easier to me anyway. One of the keys too when you're doing this is just like, especially when you're first starting to do it, especially these curves, just keep everything tight and pull a little taut and just take your time. Especially when you get in these curves, because that's where it'll really mess with you. Like I've done this a number of times and I still go slow with it just because I don't want to mess it up. They make little guides too that help with this, but I don't have those guides. You can also use like a bias binding foot for something like this too, for attachment. That's mainly if you're doing it straight stitch though, I think. I don't know. I'd imagine it would work with doing a zigzag stitch too, where you can run a bias kind of tape around this and it'll do a similar thing in one step pretty much, but I don't have that fancy tape. And with working with spandex, I don't know, I just find this a little bit better. Because with the spandex, I feel like I have more control with it. I'll fold this over.
Wish I was patient enough to learn to do this properly.
Oh, I'm nowhere near patient enough. Trust me.
Me either.
I yell and throw shit all the time. She's definitely not. Like, she's got no patience with some stuff. Well, I don't say no patience, but she's more hot-tempered than I am. So, she has cussed that machine out more times than I can count. But that comes with it, though. It comes with it. I've about office spaced the machine a few times and threw that thing out in the freaking backyard. Ah! I'll kill you! Silence! I'll kill you! And sure we fold this over.
There's got to be a way to leave that chat up.
I don't know. I haven't messed with the settings on this. I don't know. I don't know how mobile friendly YouTube is when it comes to lives. So
That may be the.
it could be that. It could be a number of things. I don't know. Because like when I went live on YouTube the times before, and like when Arctic Kicks and a number of those guys go live, they're on the computer. So I don't really know. Now they're supposed to be making it more mobile friendly. I know they dropped a bunch of updates, so we'll see. I'm surprised you can't just leave the chat up though. I don't know.
I don't know.
I might have to this with the settings.
bathroom. I'm hiding in the bathroom. Yeah. So nobody finds me.
Oh, in your game.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, obviously not.
I didn't know what you were talking about.
Oh my gosh.
You meant you were going to go hide in the bathroom or something?
No,
Why?
potential spam may not be visible. I was trying to look and see if I could tap something and make it stay there. That's interesting.
What?
That it goes away like that. Yes, I'm still in the circle.
I mean, considering like I'm the one going live, I would rather see the chat stay there.
You would, right. I would think that would be
There
the
might be a
case.
setting for it, and I just don't know what it is. Like I said, I haven't used it much. The only thing I go live on is Facebook and TikTok most of the time, so. But I really want to focus more on YouTube. So like I put up a status that said I was going live on YouTube.
Yeah. Did you put, so whatever you post on Facebook, post on Instagram
Yeah.
automatically?
Yep. The way mine's set up, yeah. And then I put the link to the YouTube channel in the comments. Because if you put it in the actual post, it won't push it out.
That's weird.
YouTube or Facebook doesn't like anything that pushes
besides
stuff
them.
off of, yeah. If I were to say I'm going live on Instagram or something, they wouldn't mess with it. But since I'm putting like,
So is it owned by the same people?
yeah, Instagram and Facebook is, yeah. They're both meta companies. YouTube is not. So they're all starting to work together more, but they're still protected. Okay. One kicker with this too is you have to go back in here and trim this excess off, which, I mean, it's not a difficult task to do, but it is an extra step, but makes it look cool. So, I mean, I just run my scissors up in here and trim all this excess off. As long as you pull it tight, you won't typically cut away anything that you need. Only place you got to be careful is in these curves. Like I said, just take your time. Ain't got nothing but time. I mean, I don't, but I gotta hurry up. Time is on my side. Is it?
It ain't got nothing to do with
You're
it.
saying an old man?
No, I'm just saying it's not on anybody's time. Time is very unforgiving.
It's true, it's true. You can live to be 120 or you can live to be 20. I wasn't sure I'd make it to this age. Actually, that was always my thing. I was like, I just refused to die. And they're like, what? I was like, yeah, I just never plan on it. I'm like, really? I'm like, yeah, pretty much. Can't stop, won't stop, can't stop. Got 4 likes up in the live. And it looks like 4 people watching. I think that's kind of cool. I feel like I get better results on YouTube than I do like TikTok and stuff in my lives. I don't know why, but I do. I feel like I get more results
I
on
feel
here.
like you would get more results if you had scheduled times.
If what?
If you had scheduled set times.
Ah, yeah, that would probably be good too. She's been trying to get me to make an actual live schedule, which would probably be a good idea. It's just so hard to stick to sometimes too, though, because our stuff is so freaking chaotic.
Yeah, but even if it's just like, oh, I'm gonna pop on for 30 minutes.
Yeah. I guess we could do it like that, where we're like, we're going to go live at this time at these times on these days for at least 30 minutes, and then if we're on there longer, cool. 30-minute handicrafts with Sony and friends.
It'll just build up a basis of.
Well, it gives people something to look forward to, or not look forward to, but to like look out for. I guess look forward to too. my side. Here you that off. Sure I got that kind of even. It bugs me when the seams aren't even on stuff, so I have to go back and do it. Fortnite. That is a fun game. I mean, the times I've played it, it is pretty fun.
Yeah.
Fortnite.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yay, fifth place.
Hmm?
I died.
You what?
I made it to fifth place.
You made it to what?
Fifth.
Oh, fifth. Okay.
Out of like 100 people.
That's pretty good. I'd have been like 105th. There's only 100 people. I know. Alright, so there we go. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know if you can see it or not. I had to cut the excess off. And this is kind of a common technique too in a lot of stuff. So, but that makes that fold over seam, a little light here. That makes this fold over seam look really nice. So, bam, 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 bam. Chat here. Live chat. Okay, cool. I wish you would just leave them right. So, okay. It gives it a little pull and stuff too. And like I said, it curves this, so it wraps around the foot. I like it like that. I think it adds a sense of professionalism to it. It makes it look good. So here's where I'm going to need my table. Because get off! Let's get off me. So here's where I'm going to need my table. Here. I'm weird with my measurements. I measure, if I'm not using a ruler, I know lengths and widths and stuff by the machine and by like body parts. So I know I want to go across this, and I know this finger length from here to here is like 3 inches, 3.5. So that's where I want my first line to start. Is it the craziest, best technique? Probably not, but you know. But it works for me. And I want my float on. And then there's one of our rib lines for our ankle area. So I think I am going to go around this though first. I think I might go around this first though. So doing that, I'm just going to kick this way over here. A lot of times I'll use baby oil or something on this because I don't have a Teflon foot, but I don't even know where that's at. My bottle fell
It
somewhere.
was empty.
There's still a little bit left in it. But I think it'll be
They got Transformers on here.
Are there more than meets the eye? One thing that's hanging me up on this foot is this little. Because I just kind of noticed something. Why I didn't notice it before is beyond me, but. Let me see something here. try something. This is actually a cording foot, but I think that's what this is. But I want to see something. Because I noticed something that was getting in the way as I was going around this. So I'm gonna try a little something here. I think this will work better. So there's a little. I just noticed this. Got any shows coming up? Yeah, I got one tomorrow. I was using this foot, right? And it's got this little thing on here. And it's a little spring action thing for going over humps, bumps, and everything else. It gets in the way a lot. And I don't like it. So I'm going to try. Somebody said something else too, but.
You can pull it down and
Clothesline custom gear. Oh, I like using my invisible zipper foot to get super close. Which one? This one. This one? That foot? Is that the one you're talking about? Because I know this one works pretty good too. Which that wouldn't be a bad idea to try. Especially if I'm doing straight stitches. Yeah. So. Yeah, the issue I was having was that one was hanging up. And I want something wide enough to go around. I'll try that one on the next one. Let me try this on here.
You can buy the Batmobile.
I can buy the Batmobile.
Yeah.
What about the Batmobile?
On the shop. They got Power Rangers on here too. They got Power Rangers. And Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles. I have used that foot before, I think, actually. So I might have to give that a whirl. That did work right nice for going around that. So that worked well for going around that. So I have done the Teflon tape thing, which works really good. I didn't think about parchment paper though. I guess parchment paper would work too. I need to get a Teflon foot for some other stuff, not this. But I had so when I was doing a lot of kickbags before, I had a Juki industrial machine, which was great. Because it had one of those really slimline zipper feet. And it did a heck of a job. So the reason I'm cutting this way and did this way was because when I put this plate on here, it stretched a bit and stuff. So I was like, I'm gonna use my foot to sew it even and then trim it, and then I'll top stitch everything down. Leather can be such a pain to work with sometimes, though. Faux leather or whatever. I've been trying different stuff for kick pads. Here lately. Just to try different things. That's true too, actually, yeah. I don't know if you know which foot I'm talking about. There was a zipper foot. I think it was a zipper foot for the Juki machines, and it was really, really narrow. It was real thin, and I used it for all kinds of stuff, but primarily for kick pads and that. And it was great because it would go around everything, kept everything nice and flat. I could get really good and flush up against stuff. It was pretty awesome. About finger width, maybe. I've never used this foot for doing this, so we're gonna find out if this works better or not. It might not. I might have to use the other foot. Let's see. For this, I might have to use the other thing because this sticks down pretty good. I've never used this foot before for this. I was just like, I'm gonna try it and see. So it's a little hit or miss. The other foot I had on there with the swivel thing on it might be a little better for this, but it did an alright job. Kind of had to force it through a little bit. It does work good for measuring up a little, so. Try it up here actually on the pad. shabby. It does do good measuring though with that, like that. Gives me a good gap right there that I like. Oh. I think my bobbin might have ran out. Yep. My bobbin ran out. I think it ran out. Yeah, it didn't run out, but it's pretty close. I'll go ahead and change it. Just the way I got it. Plus, this should be the last time I gotta fill this bobbin up for this order. So that's a plus. Off. Starting at the middle, gentler on the machine. That's a good idea. I tried that on this other one, and that did seem to work better. Didn't bog the machine down as much. So tights and stuff I'm good. Kick pads and I'm really getting back into more. And knee pads. Knee pads I've kind of gotten down pretty good. But I'm trying different stuff with kick pads. So I'm like, any advice people want to throw out there, I'm like, yeah, by all means, let me know. It's definitely appreciated. Especially doing them on this machine. It'd be good if I rethreaded my needle. One thing I've noticed on this machine is pre-sew everything. Wait, what? Say that again. I pre-sew everything, cover onto the base, and insert the padding last. How do you do that? Did it just leave the top open? Somebody else told me they did that, or something similar to that. I want to say it was Tyler from Pro Wrestling Wear. He does something kind of similar to that. If I remember him saying right. I'll try it that way and see how that works. I don't like this foot for going over this, I will say that. Oh, nothing. Yeah, no. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely check it out. I'll take a look at that after I do these and stuff and see. Because I've seen a few people do that. I've done 1 or 2 sets like that. They were real basic. This was quite a while back. And the way I made the pattern up and stuff. And it worked pretty good. So, oh, maybe I'll try that. I don't know. I'm always worried about stuff not quite lining up when I put the padding in. Because like this way I know it lines up, but that might make it easier to stitch and sew. Like this isn't too bad going around. But when I did it a couple times like that, I had it all measured out, laid out, put it down, and I stitched it, but with the way the material would stretch, the padding would still go down in there pretty good. And then I just closed the top and then I stitched these lines. And it worked pretty good. So I'll go back and watch yours and see how you did it and see if it's something similar to that. Because the only thing I don't care for with this is like now when I put this down, I have to go back and re-stitch around this, so it'll give me extra lines, which it won't look bad because I'll stitch it clean, but for the look I'm going for these, it was kind of going to fit doing it that way. I'll definitely have to check that video out though. Still kind of put that on there, glide across a little easier. Yeah, that helped quite a bit. Duplication. So that worked pretty good for that. Okay. Let's try this with this zipper foot and see how this goes. 'Cause I have done it this way before. So that's what I'm going to think about that. Click. Click, click, click. Where's our other pad at here? Let's try this. Start here. See what we got here. Yeah, it definitely gets closer. Gotta make sure I'm up under the thing here to taunt. Definitely much easier with that. So they talk about a night and day difference there. That's what I thought. This is a gap. The space here is bigger on this than on this one. That's alright. It's not by much. It did seem easier that way though. I'll say that. Broke my thread there. How did that? Broke my thread. We got a bird nest in the back here. Can't hit that. Don't want that. Get it like something there. Thread that. Let's rethread that. This foot might not be great for that. Go back to this one here and see how it goes. Since it's got that swerve right there. It's not liking something. I'm not sure what, but it ain't liking something. See what's going on here. Just slip out. I ain't had an issue with trying to get this. There we go. I think you gave me grief there for a minute, I don't know why. There we go. It's like, man, it wasn't giving you that much trouble. Not that bad. Every now and then. Yeah. Alright, there we go. Got that. Yeah. Cool. You know what? Okay, been right for a minute. I think I'm going to hop off, end this live. Yes.